striking hard, striking true. This is the Network Journal. The Network Journal would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the business community who nominated all of this year's honorees and the sponsors of this year's program. Presenting sponsor, Morgan Stanley, and supporting sponsors, T. Rowe Price and Miss Jessie's. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome award-winning journalist and television host, Marley Hall.
Welcome to the Network Journal's 23rd Annual 25 Influential Black Women in Business Awards and 2nd Annual Virtual Award Ceremony. I'm your host, Marley Hall. Thank you for joining us as we recognize some of America's most outstanding African American women in the public, private, academic, and nonprofit sectors. The women we honor in the 23rd year of these awards embodies our theme, Women Going the Distance. They are passionate, driven, and focused. They are at the forefront of American leadership in their respective fields, and they epitomize the diversity and advancement that has occurred across industry lines. Let's welcome the 2021 class of the Network Journal's 25 Influential Black Women in Business. Chloe Barzi, Crystal Barker Busereth, Dr. Natalia Cenius, Angelique A. David, Chanel Christoph Davis, Saida Grayson Dill, Jean Drummond, Tash Earnest, Katisha D. Fortune, Dr. Stacy NC Grant, Glory Dolphin Hammies, Artist G. Hampshire Cowan, Monique D. Jefferson, Edna Kane Williams, Renee Lumley Hall, Michelle C. Meyerschiff, Cheryl Mickel, Tiffany S. Chisholm Okereka, Joanita Rickets, Rena Russell, Beverly Evans Smith, Leslie Iwaller, Dr. Cynthia Warwick, Jollery Williams, and Dr. Karen Patricia Williams. Please give the class of 2021 a round of applause wherever you are. Now a word from our presenting sponsor, Morgan Stanley.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Baxter, Executive Director and Senior Investment Strategist at Morgan Stanley, and I'm thrilled to represent our firm today and be part of this groundbreaking initiative, the Network Journal Going Strong, built by the Network Journal Going Strong for 23 years. Thank you for joining this year's event. We are still living in a unique time, and I would be remiss if I didn't extend my well wishes to you as we navigate this environment. This year's class of influential Black women in business deserves this recognition. Their expertise, impact, professionalism, mentorship, and influence is undeniable and worthy of being highlighted in this capacity. This class is considerably a very special class, having created such an impact during a time of uncertainty. They represent a higher level of tenacity, innovation, influence, and their impact on the generation to come will represent a higher level of inspiration. When I think about inspiration, I think back to when I joined this firm and our chief investment officer asked me, who are the two most important people in your life? I said my mom, for the obvious reason, and then my mentor, who is also a Better Chance Scholar, because she's the reason that I'm sitting in front of you today. On behalf of Morgan Stanley, I would like to congratulate the Network Journal's 2021 class of 25 influential Black women in business. A special congratulations to my colleague and friend, Crystal Barker, who is among the influential group today. Crystal is the epitome of an influential woman in business, and I'm proud that she is being honored in this capacity. To the entire staff at the Network Journal, we thank you for inviting us yet again to sponsor this event. Our commitment to diversity and inclusion is one of our core values and therefore fundamental to our culture and role as a global leader. Being able to support events like this makes us proud and aligns us with who we are, what we're all about. Congrats again to all the honorees, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of today's program.
Thank you, Morgan Stanley, for your continued support and for being a valued sponsor of these awards. Now let's hear from Rosalind McClement, Executive Editor of the Network Journal, author and publisher of AfricaStrictlyBusiness.com.
Wow. What a year it has been since the last time we gathered for the 25 Influential Black Women in Business Awards. At the end of last year's virtual ceremony, that was our first, we were sure that this year we would be in our normal setting. That is in the grand ballroom of a blue chip hotel, a cocktail hour with an exciting jazz band, chitter chatter, everybody dressed to the nines, the procession of the honorees into the ballroom, spotlighted each one, the stroll across the stage as each honoree receives her award, the cutting, the clinging and the clanging of the cutlery as people talked excitedly over lunch. We really thought we would be back to that. But here we are, still joyfully celebrating another year, the 23rd year of the Network Journal's Influential Black Women in Business Awards. The women we have chosen, we have selected for this award this year are, like all the others, amazing women. Their stories, their resilience, their determination, their commitment to their communities, all of these stories, they never cease to amaze me year after year after year. Where do we find these women? They're plentiful in our community. We're privileged to find so many of them for those who have brought them into our sphere. The Network Journal has really pioneered this award ceremony. We were the first in the Black media community to have such a ceremony. We followed it up with our 40 Under 40 Dynamic Achievers. Those are our two signature events. Others have followed, other media organizations whose names you know better than ours, most likely. They tweaked it a little bit to put their own stamp on it, and that's fine, but we're flattered that we are so imitated and so honored to be followed, even though we were younger than many of these organizations. We thank you. We thank you, honorees. We thank you for living up to the expectations of so many people. Every year we ask the honorees a number of personal questions, but among them we ask, tell us, what are the experiences and or the persons that have contributed to your level of success? Year after year, it's the same. The number one answer is my parents. My parents instilled in me values, and they recite the values. And then you have the mentors. They cite you all of the time. And so this day, this celebration, this award ceremony is not just for the honorees, it's for the parents and the extended families that help to bring these children, these women, I'm speaking as a mother and a grandmother, that help to raise these wonderful women and bring them into our sphere of knowledge so that they are role models for the next generation and generations afterwards. We thank you for that. So today, it is your day also, parents. It is your day. The Network Journal, for those of you who might not know, is an award-winning media organization. We are laser focused on entrepreneurship and opportunities for our professionals in the various industries. We carry career advice. We carry health and fitness trends, industry trends, all sorts of travel trends, technology trends, where you can make educated decisions about where you want to go with your career or with your business. And so that is the Network Journal. This is what we are. We may not be known by many of you before you came to this award ceremony, but we know that now you're part of our family. You will remain in our family. And so congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to the parents and extended families, parents who are with us or not with us any longer. We honor you. We honor the extended family. We honor the mentors. We honor the sorors, the sisters that have brought you into this level of success and into our family of award winners. We have a narrative that is not often heard, a narrative of Black women. Amid all of the dismal survey results about our health, and we are prone to this, and we are most likely to die from this and that and the other, we have a joy narrative that you don't hear much about. But we know we have this narrative. And that is why on the pages of our print magazine, where we profile this year's honorees, you will find images that represent this joy narrative. One honoree is leaping into the air in Dubai, in the sands of Dubai. Another is riding an elephant in Thailand. Another is laser focused on her next golf swing. One is cheerleading, jumping into the air as a cheerleader. We've got the surfer. We've got the yoga posture. These are testimonies of the joy, what I call the joy narrative of Black women. And it sustains us. Amid all the hurt and the noise and the pain of an angry world, we have our joy narrative. And we can't forget it. It is ours. And we should shout it. And we have done so on the pages of our magazine. Thank you, honorees. Thank you, family. Thank you, business associates and colleagues, for nominating these women. Thank you for those who have stepped in to view this ceremony with us. Enjoy the rest of the program. And honorees, congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosalind, for your words of reflection and encouragement. Now it's time for an in-depth look at our 25 women going the distance. Chloe Barzi is Global Client Account Lead and the Managing Director of Accenture's Atlanta office.
I'm responsible for bringing innovation to our clients and for the well-being of our over 3,000 people between Atlanta, Georgia, and Alabama.
Barzi sponsors women and diversity programs within Accenture and serves the Atlanta community as a board member of the local International Women's Forum chapter, the Metro Atlanta Chamber of Commerce, the United Way, and the Atlanta History Center. She is a member of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation Board and the Howard University Supply Chain Advisory Board. She has an MBA from the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School and a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Cornell University.
I am thankful to the Network Journal for receiving this award. It is an honor to be recognized, and I am excited to be among so many fantastic women that are being honored today.
Crystal Barker-Buisseret is a chartered financial analyst with an MBA from the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School and a bachelor's degree cum laude in mathematics and economics from Bowdoin College. Buisseret is managing director and head of financial wellness at Morgan Stanley.
What we do day to day is we help companies and organizations build programs. These are financial education and planning programs to help individuals manage their financial stress.
Before this, she served in related investment, wealth management, business development, and analyst roles at Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank, and Barclays Capital Lehman Brothers. Buisseret is a New York board trustee of the Point Foundation that seeks to empower promising LGBTQ students through scholarship and leadership training.
Thank you for including me in this year's award. It's not often that you get to do what you love, but to also get recognized for it is incredible. As a native from Arkansas who's made her way up to Wall Street, my story illustrates that anyone can be from anywhere and do anything. It's my hope that I continue onward and upward. Thank you again.
Dr. Natalia Cenius is Senior Vice President and Chief Nursing Executive of New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation.
My day-to-day is overseeing the largest public healthcare system in the United States, where I oversee 9,600 nurses and 970 social workers.
She teaches at Columbia University School of Nursing, works with national and international advocacy groups to eliminate health disparities among vulnerable communities, and co-chairs NYC Health and Hospitals Equity and Access Council to encourage diversity and eliminate unconscious bias at work. Dr. Cenius has a Doctor of Nursing Practice degree from George Washington University, a master's in management and bachelor's in nursing from New York University, and another bachelor's in psychology from the State University of New York at Stony Brook.
This award is very special because the Network Journal means so much to me. It is a prestigious organization, what they represent within our community, and just the fact that I am among other Black women in business, it's just phenomenal. And I know that everyone who was selected is stellar. So to be among a group of stellar Black women during a time where what we do is just so important, I'm just really honored.
Angelique David is the Executive Managing Director, Chief Operating Officer, and General Counsel for Zeigler, a private investment bank. She also serves on its board. David founded Just for Girls, LLC, to build a sisterhood and help women embrace self-care.
If there is a young person looking to follow in my footsteps, I would say strive for excellence and make sure that you are always doing your best. Your best is all that you can do. And so long as you are really striving for excellence and doing your best, you will achieve all of your goals and aspirations.
She has also held numerous positions, currently chairing the Board of Directors of the Bond Dealers of America and the Board of the Chicago State Foundation. David graduated magna cum laude from Case Western Reserve University and is a graduate of Northwestern University School of Law.
I am both humbled and honored to be named one of 25 influential Black women in business. I always say that it takes a village to raise children, but it also takes a village to get through this thing called life. And for that, I want to thank my village, my friends, my families, and the many mentors that I've had over the years. I want to give a very special thank you to my two daughters. Ladies, please know that you inspire me to be all that I can be because I want to inspire you to be all that you can be. Thank you so much. I also want to thank and congratulate all of the other honorees.
20 years ago, Chanel Christoph Davis and a business partner established Davis & Harmon LLC, the country's largest women and minority-owned sales tax advisory practice. At the time, sales tax was not a popular tax area. It eventually exploded in 2018. In addition to partner, Davis is the firm's chief executive officer. She is also the executive producer and host of Follow the Leader podcast featuring dynamic women entrepreneurs. Davis has been widely recognized and honored for her mentorship and support of women-owned businesses. She holds a bachelor's degree in accounting from the University of New Orleans and is a member of the Institute for Professionals in Taxation and the National Association of Black Accountants.
Thank you to the Network Journal for this incredible honor. To be considered a woman of influence in the arena of business and in my chosen field gives my heart great joy. I'm reminded of all the women who have contributed to my life story, including my amazing mother, Helen. My charge is to continue to inspire future generations of Black women to reach even higher levels of success, including my daughter, who has just begun to blaze her own trail. May all the women who hear my voice know that you can accomplish all that you dream through hard work and perseverance. Thank you.
Saida Grayson Dill is Vice President and Deputy General Counsel at Cisco Systems, Inc., a multinational technology conglomerate. She is responsible for global employment law and a team of employee relations professionals.
By training, I'm an employment lawyer, and my client group is the People and Communities, or HR team. So anything that touches people within the work environment generally comes to my team.
She describes herself as a company culture enabler and shaper. Dill helped to put Cisco's diversity goals in place. She worked for 2 international law firms before joining the company. Dill has a bachelor's degree in public policy with a concentration in law and the legal system from Stanford University. She has a law degree from Georgetown University Law Center.
It means a tremendous amount to receive this type of recognition from the Network Journal. I think there are so many deserving people who should be honored for the work that they do, and it's very heartfelt that I am one of the particular honorees. The Network Journal has obviously done a ton of tremendous work in terms of keeping the Black community abreast to what's going on and highlighting various aspects within the Black community. So thank you, Network Journal, for the recognition, and thank you, Cisco, for allowing me to do such great work within the community.
Jean Drummond launched Healthcare Dynamics International in 1991 after a successful career as a practicing clinician. She is the firm's president and chief executive officer.
We started actually with $400 30 years ago on my mother's credit card and said we were going to launch this organization. And now we are very proud to say we have well over 200 full-time staff.
Drummond received her undergraduate degree as a physician's assistant from Howard University and her master's in public administration and healthcare management from Bowie State University. She established the Institute for Creative Community Initiatives, a nonprofit to address physical and mental health and overall well-being through innovative and sustainable strategies that focus on providing community support and adopting healthy lifestyles for youth, adults, and families in vulnerable communities.
I am especially grateful to the Network Journal for, this nomination and this award as an influential Black woman in business award. Indeed, as I share, with many over my 30 years, it has been a journey. But you know what? My journey's not over. In fact, I believe it's just begun. And more importantly for me, I want to reach back and help other women, other minority women, and just women in general, to really help them to navigate this very tumultuous, wild, fun, meaningful, giving, and just opportunity to really empower our community. No offense to my gentlemen colleagues, but I believe if you've got a woman in business that really has a true heart for the people, man, you can change the world. So we are just very grateful to have this honor. And again, thank you to all of the executives at the Network Journal.
At JP Morgan Chase & Co., Tash Earnest leads business growth and entrepreneurship and financial health and wealth creation for the Advancing Black Pathways strategy that was implemented in 2018 to bridge the racial wealth gap.
So at JP Morgan Chase, I run the wealth division of a program called Advancing Black Pathways, which we launched in 2019 to bring all of the resources, all the umbrella of resources we have at JP Morgan Chase.
The program launched a $30 billion 5-year commitment focused on advancing racial equity and building diversity, equity, and inclusion into how the company does business. It also announced 15,000 loans for small businesses in Black and Latinx communities over 5 years. Earnest moved to the U.S. from England 11 years ago. She has a bachelor's degree in accounting and management from the University of Reading, England.
My work in this role is designed to have a sustainable impact on the economic success and empowerment of Black communities nationwide. And that is why I am honored to accept this award by the Network Journal as one of 2021's 25 most influential Black women in business. I would like to thank the Network Journal for this award, and also my friends at Advancing Black Pathways, Brian Lamb, Vina Elliott, Sekou Kaland, and my whole team. Sorry that I can't mention all of you. I would like to thank my friends and family for their support, and also Kamika from the Boss Network for my nomination. On behalf of JP Morgan Chase and Advancing Black Pathways, thank you.
Katisha Fortune graduated cum laude from the Florida State University and from University of Pennsylvania Carey School of Law. She transitioned to an associate attorney position right after graduation from law school. Since then, Fortune has held positions as Deputy Attorney General for the Delaware Department of Justice, Senior Associate Counsel at Walmart, and Lead Counsel to its Sam's Club brand.
I've developed a reputation for being a person who not only brings legal acumen to a situation, but also being the person who thinks about practical ways to get things done in a way that adds value. And that was exactly what the global risk function needed. So I can't say that I had charted the path to be a risk professional, but lawyers, we do that all day, every day, even though we don't say that. So I think my background combined with just what I've been tasked with doing since I've been at Walmart made this a natural next step for my career.
Which led her to her current position as Senior Director and Counsel in Walmart's Global Regulatory Risk Monitoring and Remediation Unit. Privately, she is most passionate about criminal justice reform, second chances for recently incarcerated individuals, and equity in education.
Thank you to the Network Journal for selecting me as a top Black woman in business for 2021. I stand in the company of an impressive roster of queens who have received this award, and I am honored to join your company. Thank you to Walmart for giving me opportunities to grow and develop, and to thank my friends and family, and especially thank you to my husband, Mac, for being an ever-supportive partner, friend, and most importantly, champion for this award and every other accomplishment. Thank you very much.
Media personality, philanthropist, and influencer Stacy NC Grant is the Chief Brilliance Officer for C&G Enterprises Unlimited, LLC, which specializes in meeting facilitation, professional development, and event services.
It's always interesting to get a glimpse of how people see you, because we can have a vision of who we are. And it's been humbling hearing how some individuals describe me. I have a whole community who calls me the Energizer Bunny. They're like, do you stop? Do you take a break? Do you nap? Because I get joy from what I do.
In 2014, Grant founded Destiny Designers University, a training and development platform for faithpreneurs, whom she defines as faith-based entrepreneurs and professionals who center their work in an affinity to God and faith. A recipient of the 2016 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for Volunteer Service from President Barack Obama, Grant has a bachelor's degree from St. John's University and a PhD from Global Ovid Day Seminary and University.
Hello, Sunshine. This is Dr. Stacy NC Grant, Chief Brilliant Officer for C&G Enterprises Unlimited and founder of Destiny Designers University. And I'm so excited to be here with this class of 25 most influential Black women in business, sponsored by the Network Journal. This is a full circle moment for me. Aziz, Roslyn, Maximilian, and the entire team, you all have held the beacon of excellence for what we produce in media each year. And to be counted as one of this class of 25 most influential Black women in business is so humbling. My heart is full because I know that we've lived through some interesting times. And in ordinary circumstances, I would be able to hug everyone's neck, give a high five to all of these powerful and amazing sisters that I get to share this experience with.
Glory Dolphin Hammies is a certified indoor environmentalist and licensed HVAC contractor, serving as Chief Executive Officer for the North American division of IQ Air, a Swiss-based air quality technology firm. She assumed the position as one of the youngest CEOs in America.
I'm really, truly a go-getter. I like to achieve. And so if I weren't in this profession, I'd probably be a professional athlete or maybe a former professional athlete. And then I'd also always be giving back to the community, because that's just who I am. That's my nature.
Dolphin Hammies inspired the IQ Air Foundation, which provides air quality monitoring and air filtration technology in schools located in the nation's most polluted communities. She graduated from the Marshall School of Business at University of California with a major in entrepreneurial studies and serves on the EPA's Air Quality Work Group.
Thank you so much to the Network Journal for naming me one of their most influential Black women in business. I'm just so honored to be included amongst this outstanding group of women. Influence means different things to different people, but for me, influence is about effectuating change. I hope to use this influence to address health inequities and to expand the conversation around air quality and environmental justice. And I want to just thank the Network Journal for giving us a platform in which we as Black women, as Black professionals can excel.
Artis Hampshire Cowan is the principal of Leveraged Leadership Group, a consultancy specializing in corporate governance and organizational development.
My focus is really around corporate governance. I would say my sweet spot is between working with the board. I've been involved in a lot of executive transitions. So between the board, the CEO, and the senior leadership team, I found that when you can get alignment, amazing things can happen in an organization, all kinds of organizations. So I would really say that my specialty or my sweet spot, the work that I love, is really enhancing the performance of organizations and getting alignment with leadership.
She established the firm in 2007 while serving Howard University as Senior Vice President and Secretary, Interim Chief Operating Officer, and Acting President. Hampshire Cowan has a bachelor's degree with honors from Morris Brown College, a law degree from Temple University Law School, and certificates from Harvard University's Institute for Higher Education Management. In 1991, she co-founded Bright Beginnings, providing childcare, therapeutic, and other family support services to help address the growing population of homeless children.
I am humbled to be included as one of the Network Journal's 25 influential Black women in business honoree. I'm profoundly grateful to be among this group of extraordinary honorees, past and present. These women are trailblazers, iconic leaders, the best of the best. Congratulations to my 2021 cohorts, and special thanks to the Network Journal's leadership, publisher, and executive editor for having the vision and commitment to lift up women business leaders.
Monique D. Jefferson is the Chief Human Resources Officer at New York Public Radio. A certified senior professional in human resources, she joined NYPR from leading international law firm Hogan Lovells, where she most recently was head of business services HR and the global HR business partner function.
Your career development, engagement, how we recognize in terms of total rewards and recognition, organizational effectiveness, leadership development, as you progress and promote through your career, and you lead a team, how we help you how to be an effective and accountable manager.
At New York Public Radio, she focuses on the recently established 19-point Race Equity Action Plan. Jefferson has an accounting degree from Bentley University and a master's in HR management from New School University.
Thank you to the Network Journal for this recognition. I am honored to receive this prestigious award. Congratulations to my fellow awardees. I am grateful and appreciative for all the support and development I've received from my mentors, sponsors, allies, and leaders throughout my career. None of this would be possible without the unwavering support of my amazing husband, Robert, my parents, my friends, colleagues, and especially my two daughters, Danielle and Camille.
Edna Kane Williams is a graduate of Yale University and George Washington University. She is the Chief Diversity Officer and Executive Vice President of the new Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Unit within AARP, the country's largest nonprofit, nonpartisan organization concerned with issues affecting individuals 50 years old and older. Kane Williams' career spans more than 25 years in senior positions in nonprofit and for-profit sectors. She previously served as Senior Vice President of Multicultural Leadership at AARP, responsible for growing the association's multicultural audiences.
Wow, what an honor. Thank you, Network Journal, for this award. It made my year. It's a highlight of my career. It's so important to be recognized, to know that people understand the work that you do and that they appreciate it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much.
Newly named Chief Operating Officer for Corporate Technology at BNY Mellon, Renee Lumley Hall previously led product development and cross-product digitization efforts at the bank.
After attending business school here in the New York area, discovered the world of financial services, and 15 years later, here I am.
Lumley Hall interned at Chevron Texaco every summer during college and accepted its offer in marketing upon graduation. She moved from Chevron Texaco to Citigroup, where she had assignments in Brazil, then to the Teachers Insurance and Annuity Association of America before arriving at BNY Mellon. Lumley Hall earned dual bachelor's degrees in economics and Latin American studies at Wellesley College and an MBA in strategic management at Columbia Business School.
Thank you, Network Journal, for the honor of being included among this esteemed group of accomplished business leaders. I would not be successful without the support of my family, friends, coaches, mentors, and colleagues who supported my personal and professional aspirations in ways seen and unseen. I'd like to thank everyone who advanced my nomination, and I commit to paying it forward and lifting others as I climb. Congratulations to all the recipients of this year's award.
Michelle Meyerschiff is Major League Baseball's first Chief People and Culture Officer, reporting directly to the Baseball Commissioner. Named to this newly created role in October 2020, she oversees human resources, diversity, inclusion and culture, and off-field office operations for the league. She brings to the position experience as an attorney at national law firms and as a top diversity officer.
I have the privilege of actually working very closely with our Major League Baseball clubs or teams. There are 30 of them at the major leagues and 120 at the minor leagues. So I also work very closely, kind of as a strategist, partner, and consultant with the major league teams and the minor league teams as well on topics related to HR, people, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
She is focused on building on existing diversity and inclusion policies, including fostering proactive engagement of team leaders across the organization. Meyerschiff is an alumna of Seton Hall University School of Law and the Wharton School Global Strategic Leadership Program.
I'd like to thank the Network Journal for including me in this year's 25 Influential Women in Business Award. I am honored, humbled, and truly grateful for this recognition. Over the last several years, I have actually diligently watched this award. I've watched the awardees, I've watched and gone to the events and heard about the many women who have received this distinguished honor. And all of those prior recipients have inspired me to stay on my game. It inspired me to grow in my career. And now to be a part of that community, again, I am forever grateful, thankful, I'm humbled. And now what I'd like to do is make sure that I'm doing everything in my power to inspire the next generation of Black women that are coming up behind me so that they can grow and rise in their careers to, again, themselves being influential women in business. I'd also like to recognize and congratulate my co-honorees who are here receiving this award today. Congratulations to all of you. I am incredibly honored to be in the midst with you as a recipient of this award. So thank you again to the Network Journal for recognizing me and my colleagues here today. Thank you so much.
Cheryl Mickel joined T. Rowe Price Associates in 1989 as a trading assistant. She now heads the firm's U.S. taxable low duration team and is a co-portfolio manager of its stable value intermediate term strategies and recently launched U.S. short duration income fund.
One of the things that I always say is that first and foremost, one of the reasons I've been with T. Rowe Price as long as I have is because the firm's values very much align with my own. I'm on the foundation board, and part of what the foundation does is work very closely with the firm to make sure that the communities in which we live and the communities in which we work, that we are making a positive impact on those communities.
Her team manages over $80 billion for individual and institutional investors. Mickel is a member of T. Rowe Price's Fixed Income and Multi-Asset Steering Committees and Black Leadership Council, through which she works to increase the presence of Black women in finance. Mickel attended Dartmouth College and graduated from University of Baltimore and from the Selinger School Executive Program at Loyola University of Maryland.
Thank you to all of my friends, mentors, and colleagues that have supported me for all of these many years, especially my family, my parents, my children, and my mother. They drive me every day. I hope that my children will deeply appreciate the gifts and opportunities before them to discover their best selves, and especially underrepresented men and women that can see what is possible. Possibilities supported by the efforts of the Network Journal and their vast network of Black professionals. I'd also like to thank Ramon Jackson, who nominated me for this award. He's a past 40 Under 40 award winner recognized by the Network Journal, proudly leading our efforts at leading our global head of diversity and inclusion efforts at T. Rowe Price. Thank you to the Network Journal for this award. It is an honor.
Tiffany Chisholm Okereka is the CEO of SkySpace Global, a marketing technology firm she launched in 2018 after a decade of experience in the field. As the firm's digital marketing leader, she commands an army of tech consultants to enable and support the execution and automation of marketing and campaign strategy.
I head up marketing automation consultants within that organization, as well as run the marketing firm entirely. I do work within the firm itself, within some parts of the organization, but we manage marketing automation for large organizations, enterprise organizations.
To date, SkySpace Global has served some of the world's largest and most recognized corporate entities, including USA Swimming, the national governing body for the sport. Okereka received a bachelor's degree in marketing principles from DePaul University. She mentors women and high school and college students.
Thank you to the Network Journal. It's truly an honor and a great opportunity to be honored as one of the top 25 influential women in business. And I just want to say thank you to my support network, my family, and everyone that's been with me on the journey since the beginning.
Joanita Rickets is a managing director in the corporate advisory group within Mitsubishi UFG Financial Group Global Corporate and Investment Banking Division. Rickets co-leads the Inclusion and Diversity Council for MUFG's Global Corporate and Investment Banking and Global Markets Division in the Americas, leads the Howard University recruiting team, serves as senior advisor to the firm's Black Employees Resource Group, and is a member of the firm-wide Executive Inclusion and Diversity Council.
To come into a field of investment banking, you really just have to have that drive, have that passion to learn and evolve, and to really be committed to excellence. And you'll be surprised what you can do.
Rickets earned a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in international business from Howard University, and a master's degree in applied economics from Johns Hopkins University.
First of all, I'd like to thank Kevin Cronin, the CEO of MUFG, for nominating me for such an amazing award. Kevin acknowledged, he recognized my commitment to being a role model and example for young professionals, whether it's within the firm at MUFG or outside of the firm. I'd also like to thank Rosalind and the Network Journal team for selecting me to be amongst such a group of phenomenal women. And when I think of phenomenal, I often think of my mother, who is the definition of strength. She has taught me how to be strong. She has taught me how to endure, and she has taught me how to remain committed to excellence. And that's what I strive to do on a daily basis.
Rena Russell is the Senior Managing Director and Head of Teneo's Atlanta office, advising executives, board members of Fortune 500 companies, and founder-led organizations on strategic, financial, and reputation management issues.
My role is to kind of understand the landscape, understand what clients are, kind of going up against, and to help them navigate that.
Russell recently launched the Board Diversity Action Alliance with former Xerox CEO and chairwoman Ursula Burns, investment specialist Gabrielle Selsberger, Teneo, Ford Foundation, and the Executive Leadership Council to increase the number of racially and ethnically diverse directors on corporate boards. Russell has a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and an MBA from the Columbia Business School.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you. It is truly a privilege to receive this award as a top influential Black woman in business. And I do want to thank TNJ for this honor. There are so many people who have supported me along my journey, starting with my family, my father, my mother, my sister, who've always supported me in everything I've done, even when it may have seemed a little strange. I'd also like to thank my very first boss and my very first corporate job, Tony Leatherberry. She's a prior recipient of this award, and it was really her who defined for me what it means to be a Black woman in business. So thank you, Tony, for your leadership, your guidance, and your mentorship. I'd like to thank Kim Hunter for nominating me for this award. To Harlem Girls Cheer, the foundation that I co-founded with 5 other Black women, and the girls that we've mentored over the years, and we continue to mentor and coach. I'd like to thank MLT and John Rice for starting off on this kind of corporate journey with me, and continuing to support me for all of these years. And I look forward to supporting you in the years going forward.
Beverly Evans Smith is the National President and CEO of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Incorporated, one of the world's largest Black female-owned nonprofit organizations with chapters in Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean. Smith is also the Senior Vice President for the HR Group, Inc., a management consulting firm she has co-owned with her husband, Stephen, for 30 years.
The history and legacy of Delta is very strong community service. We try to grow and expand that strength every day with our brand and what we do in the communities.
A recipient of numerous honors and awards, Smith was honored by the St. Louis Urban League Guild with a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017, and was named by her alma mater, Bowling Green State University, to the school's 2018 class of the Academy of Distinguished Alumni.
It is truly an honor to be acknowledged by the Network Journal as 25 influential women. When you're engaged in that, you don't necessarily feel influential, but to have your body of work and to have the things that you've done in your experiences to help make things better in this country and in the world is something that I truly appreciate. The Network Journal is an organization that really takes its time to recognize those under 40, as well as we seniors who work in the world. I thank them wholeheartedly for the opportunity for this recognition. I appreciate it and appreciate those that I am honored with, because it's an esteemed group of women, and I appreciate being counted among their ranks.
At the Campbell Soup Company, Leslie Iwaller is the Marketing Vice President for the Beverage and Growth Channels business unit. She is known for her focus on development, coaching, recruiting, and retention of top talent. Waller has mentored Black, Indigenous, and people of color startup founders through her consulting firm Fire Opal Communications, led the Craft Food African American Council for several years, and has served on the board of Teens for Food Justice in New York City.
I definitely live by the work hard, play harder mantra. So I think of myself as really as a dynamic leader. I think people would describe me as someone who is energetic, who is thoughtful, who is always looking for something new, a new experience or something new to try. And I try to bring that into my business life, as well as coming up with new ideas for different brands and businesses that I lead.
The Delta Sigma Theta Soror has undergraduate and MBA degrees from Florida A&M University, an historically Black college.
I'd like to thank the Network Business Journal for this recognition. So honored to be part of this group of highly accomplished, dynamic, and inspiring Black women leaders. I'm hoping that we can continue to inspire, advise, and cultivate the next generation of Black leaders. You know, as I think about special thank yous, I'd like to really acknowledge my employers from Mondelez and Campbell Soup Company for their contributions and support, to Kim Hunter, a great business partner, for his support. And last but not least, my parents, Roland and Frankie Iwaller, my brother Jason, my huge family, and my great set of close friends for all their continued prayers and support along the way. Thank you.
In 2017, Cynthia Warwick became the 7th president and first woman to lead Stillman College, a historically Black liberal arts institution founded in 1876.
What they say all the time is, don't let that soft voice and soft demeanor fool you. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
She began her academic career on the faculty of her alma mater, Howard University's College of Pharmacy, and as co-founder of the university's Urban Environment Institute. She served at universities in Texas, Florida, and North Carolina before becoming interim president at Grambling State and South Carolina State Universities. An Alpha Kappa Alpha soror, Dr. Warwick holds a master's degree in public policy from Georgia Institute of Technology, a PhD in environmental science and policy from George Mason University, and a graduate certificate in hazardous materials management from the University of California, Los Angeles.
I want to thank the Network Journal for selecting me as one of your 25 influential Black women in business honorees for 2021. This award means so much to be thought of, especially for my work in higher education at HBCUs. Thank you for including me in this lofty award, and I appreciate and look forward to learning more and more about the other celebrities who were honored.
Jallery Williams is the General Manager for Revlon Multicultural and Contract Services at personal care luminary Revlon Inc.
Trying to come up with a way to fill a need gap for African American women with all hair textures. I'm looking at advertising campaigns and questioning, is it on strategy?
She assumed the position in September 2020 after more than 5 years as the company's Vice President of Marketing. She joined Revlon with more than 3 decades in the personal care and cosmetics industry at such majors as Clairol and Lancôme. Williams is a board member for Women on the Rise, an empowerment nonprofit, chair of the fundraiser committee for her local alumni chapter of her alma mater, Florida A&M University, and as a member of the Jacksonville chapter of the Red Cross Circle of Red team.
I am truly honored and humbled to be recognized by the Network Journal as one of the 25 influential Black women in business. To be recognized along with 24 other distinguished women is truly a blessing and brings me great joy, and I say to these women, congratulations. To my family and friends who have always been my biggest supporters with my humble beginnings as a little old country girl from Tallahassee, Florida, who attended Florida A&M School of Business, to General Manager of Revlon's Multicultural Group. This journey has been one that has allowed me the opportunity to experience growth in all aspects of my life, personal, professional, as well as spiritual. To be able to share my story with many, to give back to my community that has supported me, to help make a difference in others' lives, makes me extremely proud to say to my parents who are here with me in spirit, job well done. Thank you again, the Network Journal.
Karen Patricia Williams is a nursing distinguished professor of women's health at The Ohio State University College of Nursing, director of the Martha S. Pitzer Center for Women, Children, and Youth, and a member of the Cancer Control Program at the university's Comprehensive Cancer Center, where she conducts world-renowned research in cancer prevention and control within cancer disparities.
I conduct research as it relates to primarily Black women. We're looking at breast and cervical cancer prevention and control, as well as cardiovascular disease prevention.
Williams uses her leadership roles in national civic organizations focused on meeting the needs of women, including Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and the Lynx Incorporated, to expand the voices of women in the boardroom. Williams has a PhD in community development and a master's in higher education administration from Michigan State University, and a bachelor's in journalism from Temple University.
What an honor. I am delighted and I'm humbled to have been nominated and then selected to be among this prestigious cohort of influential Black women. Congratulations to you all. Certainly I did not get here by myself. I thank the Lord for opening many doors throughout my career. I thank my parents, Leroy and Evelyn Williams, for the many sacrifices that they made so that I could have a seat at the table. And I stand on the shoulders of my grandparents and my great-grandparents who I knew. They provided me with my anchor. This award has enhanced my resilience and invigorated me to go to the next level. Thank you.
We celebrate all of you with pride. Your careers and individual achievements inspire and motivate us all. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Aziz Gaye Adetamiran, founder, president, and publisher of the Network Journal Communications, Inc.
Thank you, Miley. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. From the village of Pram Pram in Accra, Ghana. Welcome to the Network Journal 23rd Annual Influential Black Women in Business Awards. My name is Aziz Gaye Adetamiran, the publisher of the Network Journal magazine and TNJ.com. The women being honored today have been selected by an independent panel of judges from a long list of highly qualified candidates. The experiences and knowledge of these women not only exemplify what is possible for a Black girl, they also provide a valuable lesson in how to succeed in life. It is not money, status, or fame that make these women influential. Rather, it is their exercise of giving without asking for anything in return. Congratulations to all our honorees on these special occasions. I want to extend my appreciation and thanks to our sponsors, T. Rowe Price, Ms. Jessie, and especially Morgan Stanley, our presenting sponsor for the last 8 years in a row. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra Richards, for your continuous support. I would also like to give thanks to TNJ staff, Rosalind McClamont, our executive editor, Vernon Frederick, Wayne McLean, Debert Cook, Julia Shaw, and Sabrina Edie. Equally important, my thanks to Mr. Maximilian Hamilton, CEO of Rogue Media Group, and Mr. Charles Williams, our executive producer. I am sorry that we cannot be together live this year. Hopefully, next year will be a better year. Thanks, everyone. I sincerely hope to see you in person next year.
Thank you, Aziz. It was your vision to celebrate the achievement of these phenomenal women, which has brought us here. And a special thank you to the Network Journal team for their brilliant execution of your dream. On behalf of the Network Journal, I would like to extend a special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Morgan Stanley, and supporting sponsors, T. Rowe Price and Miss Jessie's. And thanks to each and every one of you. Please continue to stay safe, and we look forward to being with you in person next year.